Mitosis and meiosis are very similar. They both start with interphase and eventually produce more cells. However, in the process of mitosis, cells replicate themselves in order to make identical versions, whereas in the process of meiosis, cells try to make 4 different gametes that end up being sperm or egg. Now let's talk about cells and chromosomes. All cells have an outer border called the membrane. Hello? All cells have an outer border called cell membrane, and a liquid material called the cytoplasm. And in the middle, a nucleus that stores genetic information. The nucleus is also surrounded by another border called the nuclear membrane that also keeps boundaries. Now, let's get into what chromosomes are. Chromosomes are located within the nucleus. Each chromosome within that nucleus is made up of protein and DNA. Passed down from generation to the next, DNA is what gives us humans unique traits. Now let's talk about haploid and diploid cells. The terms haploid and diploid refer to the chromosome count within the cell. A haploid cell will have 1 set of chromosomes, whereas a diploid cell will have 2 sets of chromosomes. But what is a set of chromosomes? Humans have 46 chromosomes, or what are more commonly referred to as 23 pairs of chromosomes, each pairing from a mother and a father, or a male and female. 1 chromosome will come from the mother and 1 from the father. A diploid cell will have 46 chromosomes, and a haploid cell will have 23 chromosomes. Specifically talking about meiosis, the phases consist of prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. However, we do this process twice because of the cell division that occurs. Time to make a model. During interphase 1, cells provide a chromosome 1 and a chromosome 2, which essentially mean male and female. These chromosomes are what you would call homologous chromosomes, which basically mean they have the same length. However, the genes contained in them may not be the same because they come from the male and female. We also have something called centromeres, which basically give these chromosomes a place to align and match up. Sure, right there. Yeah. Now, for example, this gene, this blue gene, could be a dominant gene for blue eyes, and this gene could be a recessive gene for green eyes. In mitosis, our goal is to make different cells and not like the replicants we see in the process of mitosis. However, the process still does start the same way. We start with interphase. During interphase, the chromosomes copy the DNA and make duplicates of themselves. In prophase, the homologs will come together and form something called a tetrad. During this process, the chromosome from your mom and the chromosome from your dad will come together and wrap around each other. Yeah. In this model, I only have these chromosomes. However, during metaphase, the chromosomes can align themselves in many multiple ways. This is what you would call independent assortment. Depending on whichever side they line up on, they're going to be pulled in a certain direction. Now this is important because this is where the genes are decided for the eventual organism. During anaphase 1, spindles will appear pulling these chromosomes apart. And now we form 2 new nuclei. This is the stage of telophase. After this process, there is no interphase, but what happens next is that within the 2 nuclei, the chromosomes will meet up and align in the middle, and what happens after that is they divide, and the chromosomes create 4 new nuclei, and they become all different. So we would have 4 different sets of these. However, they have different coding they have different gene coding. So you would have 4 of these, and for a male, they will swim off and become sperm. However, with a female, only 1 of those cells will be chosen, and the remaining 3, 1, 2, 3, will not be used. After the sperm and egg meet, So for example, this would be the sperm and this would be the egg. After they meet up, they fertilize and they form something called a zygote. After this happens, mitosis occurs and creates the baby. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that you had fun watching this video, but most importantly, learned something about the process of meiosis. Thank you.